Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing week 2 of the NFL preseason with the best guy that I'd ever want to previewing it with, Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. And is he doing like 2 or 3 games a week, giving us a few bones each week? No, he's covering almost all the games. In week 1, 14 games he covered with us, gave us 14 picks, and went 10-4 against the spread with those picks. Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. Thanks so much once again.
Well, Peter Loshak, there is nobody I'd want to be previewing these games with rather than you.
No, absolutely. I consider myself to be one of the elite sports betting interviewers in the entire world. Absolutely. All right, so we got a great team here, and we need to deliver, though, week after week. We can't just be 10-4 in week 1 and then go, 2-10 all the other weeks. We got to deliver it week after week. But this week, 8-6 would be fine. Let's see what you can tell us about Atlanta and Houston. Interesting line movement and interesting handicapping situation. Before we get into it, give a quick plug for OffshoreInsiders.com.
Yeah, no, we work our tails off literally 70 hours a week when it comes to football season to come up with all kinds of nuggets, and sometimes just the most obscure things can be big edges. Been doing this a long time, have all my algorithms down pat, how much I weigh, systems, and all kinds of other information. So get my picks, winning for 27 years, now at OffshoreInsiders.com.
Well, you've been doing this a long time with all your algorithms and everything, so we'll see what you can tell us about a shitty team that comes out and gets absolutely blown out in week 1 of the preseason, because that's what we have here, right? Houston is a 3-point favorite right now, and that line has been a big move. It opened at -1 a few days ago. Now they're all the way up to -3. And Houston, we know the deal with them. They were absolutely terrible for most of the second part of last season. And then you come in and you think, all right, is that going to carry over into this season? I don't know. Preseason week 1, it's just a preseason game, so you're expecting some kind of 16-13 final score. No, 32-0, absolutely obliterated in week 1 of the preseason. But this line has gotten bet up from -1 to -3. So what's your take on that line movement and this handicapping situation?
Yeah, well, last week the public was betting Houston. I even checked with a very sharp guy, an odds maker. I said, what the heck was the reason behind that lying movement? He usually knows, and he had no idea. Apparently there was some really bad money that came out of nowhere, and I don't know why it was. Now, I can tell you the reason this week the line is moving is not just because, a lot of people would think that maybe Houston will really have a little fire in their belly after getting blown out, but it does look like they are going to get some key players back for this week. Arian Foster, Andre Johnson, and Brian Cushing all look like they are going to come back. How much they're going to play, I don't know, but that definitely explains the line movement. For Atlanta, it's not we already knew that Steven Jackson was going to be out, but it was 100% confirmed, and I guess once that gets confirmed, that might have affected the line a little bit, although there was the least surprising announcement of the entire week. But yeah, I am not impressed with Texas at all. Ryan Fitzpatrick, to me, you look up journeyman quarterback in the dictionary, and Ryan Fitzpatrick is there. Houston, they don't have a very good starting quarterback. They don't have much of a backup quarterback situation. So the Falcons, remember, they're getting healthier this year. It was funny, this time last year, the Falcons were coming off of I think either a 13-3 or 14-2 year, and there's no question they weren't as good as they showed the previous year. Now there's no way they're as bad. They had all the injuries in the world last year. They're much healthier. The Falcons are still a very good team, despite the fact that neither team is going to play their star players that long. The Falcons are actually still in the upper echelon of teams in Houston. As far as I'm concerned, they're still among the worst. Now, they do have a heck of a defensive line, but, a defensive line is not going to win them all that many games by themselves. So at the end of the day, the Falcons are clearly the better team, so they are my play in this contest.
All right, I think I can explain the line movement, Joe Duffy. You know what it is?
You tell me. Go ahead.
It's oil money. Joe Duffy, whenever you see a team like this, like Houston, there's a lot of really dumb, big oil money in Texas. You see this with the Houston Texans, with the Cowboys, with Texas A&M. They love to bet on Texas area football, overbet them. There's a lot of dumbasses who made a lot of money in oil in Texas, and they do things like this. They bet Houston, Texas A&M, Dallas Cowboys, Texas Rangers. They bet those teams up. Do you think that's what it could be?
Yeah, I need them to start betting more money on the Texas Rangers because I was fading them for a long time, but now the line, you're laying so much. So maybe they need to start betting on the Rangers again. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I completely agree with that theory, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe you are correct.
So you're going to fade the oil money here. So your official pick is going to be on Atlanta +3?
Yeah, I'm going to fade the oil money. You know, I wish I had a better response to that metaphor, but yeah, you know, I guess the line, you're right. They have 60 Minutes did say that's why oil prices were going up. The speculators were pushing the number up. So you might be onto something here in football. But yeah, the line is bad. The Falcons are going to win this game outright.
All right, Joe Duffy from Offshore Insiders, Atlanta +3 it is. Thanks.